Gopala Astrology channel, where the science meets astrology for common man's understanding. Subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for continued astrological updates. Hello. Welcome to Gopala Astrology channel, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and we are here into a very important video of 2025. It is going to be the Saturn transit that is happening on 29th of March 2025. It's going to be a long transit of about 2.5 years approximately until 2nd of June 2027. So please pay attention. This is going to be a long video because I'm going to make the effect of this Saturn transit on each and every zodiac sign, especially the ascendant zodiac sign for each of you, and then there will be timestamps for each of them. So each of the zodiac signs should be considered for even the moon sign as well. The effect of the Saturn transit on your thought process is seen by moon sign, whereas the actual practical things that is happening in your life is seen in the respective ascendant or lagnas. All right, so it's going to be a long video. Please bear with me, and I have taken some time to prepare this video as it's a very important transit, and surprisingly this transit is happening in that window of two eclipses. 13th of March we are going to have lunar eclipse, and followed by that, after the 2 weeks, we are going to have the solar eclipse, and that is where this transit is happening. That is why it's very, very interesting. And whatever transit happens on the eclipse day, it will always have multifold effects on this, right? So that is why whatever the results that Saturn is going to give is going to multiply 3 to 4 times at least. And the world is going to have a lot of economical reforms. There is a trade war going on and stuffs like that. So I have briefed those things in this video. Please watch them until the end and whenever you have the free time. All right, let's go to the videos, my friend. Let me share the screen that I have prepared for this. The title is very, very clear. Saturn enters Pisces or Meena Rashi on 29th of March 2025. It's going to stay there till 2027, 2nd of June. So it's a long transit, almost 2.5 years, and the effects of this has to be really studied and understood. All right, so let's go to the details of this transit, right? So this is what is exactly happening there on the 29th March. Right now, the Saturn is in Aquarius. It's going to move on to Pisces. It's going to stay there. And on 2nd of June, 2027, it's going to move to the Aries or Mesha Rashi. All right. So this is the 795 days transit. And in between, of course, I'm going to just give you those dates. There will be retrograde movements every year. Saturn, whenever it comes to the close vicinity of Saturn, of Earth, it is going to make a retrograde movement. So retrograde movement of Saturn will be usually 2 to 4 months time, right? It's a slow moving planet, and that retrograde also plays a lot of importance. All right. So now, having known these dates exactly, I have taken the snapshot of the Panchangam on that particular date, right? So if you really see this, the Saturn enters Pisces at 22:07 hours, 10 o'clock in the evening or night of Indian Standard Time, right? New Delhi time. So the solar eclipse is right there happening on that particular day itself. So this transit becomes very, very significant. And also 2 weeks before that, on 13th of March, the lunar eclipse would have happened. So it's a back-to-back solar and lunar eclipses. And then on that particular solar eclipse, Saturn is going to shift itself into 0 degrees of Meena Rashi, right? So you can see it is a very critical transit with all the planets in Pisces, many of them, right? Except Jupiter, Mars, and Ketu, of course, those classical astrology planets. Everybody is in
in Meena Rashi. So it's a lot of cosmic drama that is happening, and it is the early beginning of movement of Sun into Aries, and that is where, in that cusp of Meena Rashi and Mesha Rashi, that means Pisces and Aries, this transit is happening, and also eclipse is happening. All right. So I have also put a glimpse on the outer planets, the slow-moving planets beyond Saturn. There is Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and also the planet XYZ, which I always practice in my practice of Vedic astrology and scientific astrology combined together. All right. You can see that. The Pluto is getting into a very important phase in the second half of this year. It is going to be in gray lizard avatar. So a lot of transformation is expected in the way we work, because it is right there in Capricorn. Capricorn shows the way, the house of profession, and it's going to be converted into a gray lizard avatar from eagle avatar. I have done a lot of videos about it. You must understand that the Pluto becomes very critical especially between 9 degrees and then 14 degrees whenever it is in the exaltation sign. So Capricorn is considered as an exaltation sign for Pluto, and those people who are having good Pluto in their horoscopes are going to have good results, and those people who have debilitated Pluto, they are going to be tested. All right. And then look at the position of Uranus. That is also going to be a very important planet. It is going to be shifting to its house of debilitation in Taurus or Vrishabha Rashi. So all these days it was exalted in Aries, and it's going to be there. And then you can also see that the planet Y and Z, these two planets are also getting debilitated. Only planet X is in a right position. It is in exaltation position in Gemini. All right. So Neptune, of course, it is there in its own house of Pisces. It is bringing in a lot of spiritual energy into this world. So anyway, I have made separate videos of these slow-moving planets and outer planets, and you can follow them separately. But right now, let's focus on this huge combination of so many planets in one house, and what is the significance of this. So if you consider Kalapurusha Kundali, the 12th house of losses is indicated in Pisces, and lot of planets are going there, indicates that there is a big transformation that is going to happen in the second half of 2025. There is going to be a collapse of stock market. There you can see there is a huge losses that you may have to bear if you are investing in risky stocks and things like that. And there is going to be a trade war, which I have already explained. I'm going to come to that slide after showing this particular slide. There is going to be a trade war between China and United States, and it is going to impact the whole world. A lot of jobs will be cut, and businesses are going to be in a tailspin, right? You can see that the economy is going to go down further. This is almost similar type of situation that of 2020 of COVID, right? So we are going to see some job losses in a big way, and the economy is going to go down. It takes some time to build it up when Jupiter really is going to benefit the world when it is completing its retrograde movement. But still, the negotiations on the table is between United States and China, the two huge giants who are right now on the trade war, right? So many such events is very likely to happen. And especially, let me go back to the previous slide. Whenever there are retrogrades, that is going to happen. So there will be three types of retrograde movement of Saturn. Please understand, the first retrograde is coming right there in July the 13th, and it's going to be retrograding for almost a couple of months. I'm sorry, July, August, September, October, November, almost 4 months, right, until the economy can get into track after the last quarter of 2025, right? So the second quarter, everybody has to be very careful. If you can note down this, take a screenshot, understand what is going on. 2025 second quarter is going to be a disastrous quarter in terms of world economy. It's my prediction, and many of the guys have already told about this. All right. So the same thing is going to happen. There will be one more retrograde moment. Of course, when the time comes, I'm going to make more and more videos about retrograde moment of Saturn in 2026 as well as 2027. Right? So let's now focus this video more on understanding. Of course, there is going to be a recession technically in the second half, third half, and then slowly it's going to get better and better after that. All right. So some tragic events I don't want to mention. Some of the governments are going to fall. There will be some death of some important women, death of some important personalities, Bollywood celebrities, Hollywood celebrities, or whatever. So there are certain bad news is expected in the second half of 2025. Anyway, so on a positive note, what is going to happen? Saturn is considered in modern astrology exalted in Pisces. Why? Because it's going to bring in a lot of spiritual activities. A lot of spiritualities are going to be done in the world, and people are going to learn meditation. They're going to learn yoga. They understand that there is a lot of other part of the life that needs to be done. It's not just running behind the corporate life and stuffs like that. People will have a shift in social responsibilities. This is already happening with the transit of Neptune in its own house of Pisces, and Saturn is going to boost that spiritual activity all over the world. All right, so let's move on. So, what are the best transit for Saturn to happen either from moon sign or from the Lagna, that is ascendant sign? It can only give in the span, it takes about 30 years fully to complete one round around the sun. It can only do good things in three houses. That is the third house, the sixth house, and the 11th house. These are the only three zodiac signs which can be benefited. I'll just put this Aries as an example here, but please understand the zodiac signs, the ascendant signs, especially Taurus, the Libra, and Capricorn, they are going to be benefited from these transits. And please understand that in terms of nakshatras, the constellations, which are more important, right? So these nakshatras, especially the Vrishabha Rashi or the Taurus, having Kritika nakshatra, which is on the more on the second, third, and fourth Padam, Rohini nakshatra and Mrigashira nakshatra, the first two portions of it, they are going to have 11th house Saturn. And they are the nakshatras who are going to be the most of the beneficiaries of this Saturn transit. And of course, please be understanding that Thula Rashi are the Libra moon sign personalities and Libra ascendant personalities. They are going to be benefited too. Chitra Nakshatra, Swati, and Vishaka. Right? And right there in the Makara Rashi or Capricorn moon sign and also Capricorn ascendant zodiac sign, look at the position of your ascendant sign in which nakshatra it is there. Look at the position of your moon in which nakshatra it is there. If it is happening to be Uttarashada, the nakshatra of Uttarashada, Shravana, and the first two nakshatra padas of Dhanishta nakshatra, they are going to be the maximum beneficiaries. Now, who are the ones who are going to be having problems? I don't say the problems, who are going to be tested the most. That is Mesha Rashi, because they are going to start what is known as 7.5 years period of Saturn. So moon sign Aries, especially I have highlighted this in red. Please note that I have clearly put moon sign basically. The moon sign has to be considered for 7.5 years period of Saturn, right? Because the moon sign represents the way we are thinking, the thought processes, and then after thought, we are going to take action, right? So Saturn is going to attack that thought process and it's going to slow down that thought process. That is what is going to happen to moon sign Aries. You guys have to be really, really careful from now on. And of course, all the 7.5 years, it's not going to trouble you. It is going to be a testing time for you as long as you have done good karmas in your past life. I mean, past life as well as in the present life, how much time you have spent with the 11th of Saturn in a gracious manner, you are going to get very good results as well from Saturn's 7.5 years period, right? Then the moon sign Leo is going to face what is known as Ashtama Shani. the 8th house Saturn from the moon sign. That is also very, very critical. It is also the people with natives or with moon natives of Simha Rashi are going to face almost 50% effect of 7.5 years period of Saturn. So Ashtamashani is a very critical part of one's life. Okay, and then moon sign Sagittarius, very important. Please understand, Sagittarius is going to have Kantakashani in the 4th house effect of Saturn. So it is going to have half of the effect of Ashtamashani. So this is in this multifolds, you will have the results. All right. So take note of these nakshatras and also the rashis, which has been clearly told, and understand that practically what is going to happen is controlled by your ascendant, and thought processes are going to be affected by your moon sign. All right. So it's very clear. And then there is something very important to understand about this 30-year cycle of Saturn. When the Saturn comes in the young age, right, or you're born with it, it is known as Mangushani. It is known as slow Saturn. In this phase, it may bring some obstacles in education, stagnation, and slow progress. And most of the people, if they get it within first 5 years, for example, they are going to be in school and okay. But when it comes to 30 years, the next cycle, the second Sadesati or the second 7.5 years period of Saturn, it is known as Pongushani. It's very, very fruitful, right? So this Pongushani is going to give you responsibility, especially that's why we say the people, when once they reach about 30, the first Sadesati, I mean, the second Sadesati, when it happens, they are going to be reaping the rewards of their hard work. They would have been developing their career, and they will jump into different career points. And then even marriage is going to likely to be happen between 27 and 33 to majority of the population. Unless there are certain other doshas in the horoscope, we will say that Pongushani is going to be very, very fruitful, and it is very transformative. It brings a major transformation. Whereas Marana Shani are the third one, right? So that is considered quite fatal. It can give a lot of health issues and stuffs like that. See, I would just put Mangushani, Pongushani, and Marana Shani. It can be happening at different cycles for every individual, right? So the first one may happen in your 10th birthday, for example, then followed by 40th, and then followed by 70th. It can vary, right? So whereas there is one more part here that you need to understand. Of course, I have given more details about Kantakashini. What it's Kantaka means, it's like a thorn, right? So when you wear a shoes and when there is a thorn inside, when you keep walking, you are going to have this problem at every point of time. It slows you down. It's the same thing, right? And at the same time, Ashtamashini is really to be understood that 8th house from the natal moon, right, is going to be very, very critical. It can cause accidents. 8th house represents Ayu, right? So when the Saturn goes into that position, it's going to give you a lot of stress. And last one is the Daya of Saturn. The Daya of Saturn is again, it's the part of 7.5 years period of Saturn. The first Daya will start. Daya means in Hindi it is 2.5 years. So the first Daya will happen when Saturn enters your 12th house. I already explained this. And the second Daya will come when it is in the natal sign, and then natal moon sign, and then it happens third Daya in the second house from your moon sign. So these three phases are going to be very, very critical in one's life. It is going to give you a lot of transformation. It is going to test your patience, and build a new person in you. All right. So one last part before we go to the next part of the video is Saturn return. Please understand, Saturn return is exactly the 30-year cycle. This one is exactly the 30-year cycle. Wherever Saturn was there, in your horoscope, it is going to exactly come to the same position. So for now, for this current transit of Saturn into Pisces or Meena Rashi, people born between 1995 and 97 are going to have are going to go through their first Saturn return. It's going to be very, very critical. And those people who are in the age group of 59 to 60 years, take note, this is your second Saturn return. And finally, those people who are in the age of 89, 88, to 90, it is the third Saturn return. So most probably the third Saturn return, most of the lives are gone, right? Second Saturn return is going to test your health like crazy. So finally, when you pass that test, you are going to really live up to next 10 to 15 years, easily maybe 20 years. Okay, depending on the position of your eighth lord and Ayusthana. All right, so let me not get into those details here. I'm going to skip the slides and I'm going to just talk a little bit about Astaka Varga. So Astaka Varga, whenever you go to Jagannath Hora, put all your details, you can download that free software. And when you enter your date of birth details on the right-hand bottom corner, there is a lot of charts like this with a lot of points. The one which has bigger numbers, it is known as SAV there. It is known as Astaka Varga. So whenever see in this South Indian chart, basically the left-hand top corner represents Pisces zodiac sign, and whenever the Sarvastaka Varga score is above 30, right? Any transit that can happen for Saturn or Jupiter or whatever. So any planet which enters the zodiac sign of Pisces, if you have your score as 30 and above, they are always going to give you good results. Okay, this is a very golden rule that you can very quickly verify this point immediately. Suppose if you're in the Pisces sign, if your Sarvastaka Varga score is between 25 and 30 is average transit results, and anything less than 25, so it's going to be not so good transit, right? In the same time, we have something called Binna Astaka Varga of Saturn. That is what you need to see. See, Binna Astaka Varga of Saturn means you look at that particular planet which is now transiting, right? Look at the points here, and when you see the points, if it is between 5 and 8 for Saturn, then it's considered as the best transit for you, irrespective of anything. Even if it is, let us say, a 7.5 years period for Saturn for you, but still, he is not going to give you much troubles, right? Suppose it is 4, it is average, 0 to 3 bindus for Saturn. Bindus means points. It's going to be very testing period of Saturn transit. All right, watch out these things. With all these backgrounds, now let us go to each and every individual zodiac sign. Understand from the perspective of both ascendant and moon sign. And then let's start with Aries. All right, it's very interesting. What is happening in Aries? Please note that the Saturn always have 3 types of drishtis. Drishti is the aspect, right? It has the 3rd house aspect, it has got the 7th house aspect, and it also has 10th house aspect. So wherever it sits, it's going to see these 3 houses. Please note this point very carefully. So for Saturn being in the 12th from the Aries zodiac sign, it's going to be the beginning of Sade Sati or 7.5 years if you have a moon sign as well as for Aries. All right. So for you, it's going to be a very testing period. A lot of 12th house represents a VIM. A lot of expenses are going to happen, and your thought processes will be, affected, and you are going to start facing a lot of obstacles in life. Suddenly you will see so many changes happening in your life after 29th of March. So you have to be careful. Okay, and then it affects your 2nd house of finance. So for Aries ascendant sign, it is the 10th lord sitting in the 12th house aspecting the 2nd house. So this could be a positive point as well. Why? Because that the Karmadipati, 10th lord, sitting in the 12th house. So if you are already placed in a foreign land, and your finances are very likely to be increasing as well. So 10th lord is going to give you finances better off because he's he's already placing you in a foreign land and giving you the income, right? The foreigners are going to recognize your talent, and if at all you are in your own place, in your own home country, you may not see these results. Instead, you will see the contrasting results. You are going to lose a lot of huge amount of money in terms of medical bills, because 12,000 represents medical bills and hospitals for a native who is staying in his own homeland. Whereas when the person moves to the foreign country is going to be better off for him. All right. So looking into the 6th house of fire enemies, that is good actually. In a way, it keeps you working very hard. You are going to be given a lot of additional tasks, and there will be a lot of competitors, and you will have to mitigate the risk with them, right? And it also affects your father's health. Ninth house is father's health, higher education, and guru. Suppose you are already looking for education in the foreign country. You are a student aspiring the results, and you are waiting for your foreign visas. You are likely to get it, my friends. And especially Aries is a movable sign, and I'm very sure Saturn is going to grant you those visas very fast. Okay, so there are pluses and minus, but if it is Aries moon sign, you have to be extremely careful. Right. So my style of presentation will be always having yellows and greens. Whenever I have highlighted yellow signs here, please take a screenshot of this and then make sure those points, if you are an Aries moon sign or an Aries ascendant sign, you have to be very, very careful and take note of it. Okay, so Taskmaster Saturn is going to be there. He's going to be sitting next to you with a stick, and he's going to give you lesson of your life. Okay, career growth will be a little bit stalled. There will be slowness. Of course, if you are a fresher, you are going to have some smaller opportunities. He's going to make you work, right? Refine your skills, and you're going to build career. So I'm covering different aspects. Of course, career is going to be having some slowness in this next 2.5 years, especially the first 6 months, right? So in terms of love life, married life, and finance, I'm seeing only yellow highlights here. That means you have to be extremely careful. So challenging time for relationships will be there. You will have problems with the elders and gurus because ninth house is being afflicted by Saturn. All right, so it takes a lot of time to build up those negative points, and it's a long period, long transit. All right, if at all you are married, please stay calm. There will be some turbulences. Differences of opinions are likely with your partner. All right, and especially the second house, house of finance, right? The finance has to be extremely carefully handled. Please avoid loans and speculation businesses if at all it is not in your favor. Of course, look into other slow-moving planets like Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. If it is already in your favor, especially planet X, it always alters the equation already. But sorry, by and large, we can see that there will be some financial problems for Aries moon sign personals, especially. All right, education wise, I have already told you that there is a high chance that you are going to get into abroad, and your dream comes true because you may be waiting for a long period of time for your visas to come in, and you're going to make it happen. So competitive exams will require extra effort because Saturn is seeing your sixth house of competitive exams. So slow moving planet is going to slow down, and results of competitive exams may not be very favorable. All right. Health is the most important part for Aries moon sign as well as ascendant sign personalities. Please take note that there will be some unexpected medical bills. Okay. So if you take some proactive steps, definitely it can help you a lot. But in my opinion, you have to be very, very cautious. All right. So testing time, Saturn is going to give you some test. Let's go to the next one. Vrishabha Rashi, Vrishabha Lagna, Taurus Ascendant, Taurus Moon sign. So for you guys, it's a big thumbs up in my opinion because this is a Saturn transit. Your ninth lord going and sitting in the 11th house. 11th house of all gains is possible for you for next 2.5 years. Whatever you are waiting for, the results are going to be seen. Look at these aspects. Saturn aspects your first house. He's going to discipline you, take care of your health. So he is going to force you to take care of your health, definitely. And of course, its aspect on 8th house in a positive sense is going to give you better health, improvement in the health as well. So your ninth lord aspects your 8th house. Your ninth lord also aspects very positively on your 5th house of children, right? So children, love, and success, all these are going to be turning out to be positive for you because Saturn gives the maximum results. It is the Raja Yoga time for Vrishabha Rashi or Vrishabha Lagna. All right. So let's see some of the highlights. What I have listed here: Saturn transit in the 11th house is going to be a big bonus. Okay, personal growth. Saturn gives you a lot of connections with the big group of people. So influential people are going to come into your life. If at all you are in politics, you may get into the highest standards. You may become a minister as well. So a lot of success in politics, success in business, all these things can be achieved. If at all you are a person working in a corporate world, you are going to get promotions, increments. You can seize all the opportunities right now. If you are making new projects, you are a business MBA guy who wants to introduce new business for your company. Yes, it's possible. If you are a good sales manager, you're going to make a lot of leads for your business, right? It's a big thumbs up for businessmen of Taurus ascendant or Taurus moon sign. All right, love relationships. As I told you, you may find a compatible partner. There may be a very good support from the elder sibling, because 11th house represents elder siblings as well. Okay, so married life, of course, it's going to be meaningful connection with the married partner, even the business partner as well. All right, so try to adjust and make some compromises. Don't be too egoistic. Otherwise, the next 2.5 years, nobody can touch Taurus ascendant, Taurus moon sign personalities. All right. Health and finance, I don't have to mention, everything looks green painted here in this slide. So everything is going to be positive in terms of finance. Many of those returns of your speculative businesses will be coming here. It's going to boost your finance, no doubt about it. Education, children who are making efforts, definitely they can get foreign visas, and even in the hometown, they can be very successful. All right, ninth lord looking at the 5th house of education. All right, health-wise, get enough rest, of course, and you can do a lot of things. You will get a lot of leisure activities. You can take a airplane, go and have a nice vacation and come back and stuff like that. Of course, general advice is given here, but by and large, 11th of Saturn gives you the best time. No need to worry. Let's move on to the next zodiac sign of Gemini, gentlemen. So what is happening here? So the drama is happening in your 10th house of Karmasthanam, right from the ascendant, and of course moon sign as well. And this Saturn sitting in the 10th house, he is your 8th and 9th lord, actually, according to classical astrology, but I believe it is only the 8th lord. Okay, so Saturn being the 8th lord gets into the 10th house, and that aspects your 12th house, 4th house of domestic happiness, and then 7th house of marriage and partnership. So this is not going to be a very good transit. It may be 50-50, I can say, why? Because this Saturn being the 8th lord is not going to be very beneficial to aspect your 7th house of partnership and with the spouse. So a lot of fluctuations in relationship with your spouse, and domestic happiness is likely to happen. So you may get into some health issues, and of course there will be a lot of hospital bills for you guys as well, and some benefits is also expected because 10th house is going to be the house of your profession and sudden gains. 8th lord is all about sudden gains. There will be some promotion, some kind of recognition for your hard work can suddenly come. A new boss may join your company, for example, if you are in corporate world. So the career is likely to get some challenges with that new boss, but he may even recognize your talent. So both is possible. Just stay focused on your goals. Very important. Focus can be lost because 8th lord is going to give some disturbances in your focus. So you may lose some focus. That's the point. Especially moon sign Gemini will lose focus, and your boss is going to kick you at your back, definitely, if you don't perform. Right? Love and relationship, this is a slight positive points here. Singles might get wedded. All right, who are facing already a lot of delays. There could be some kind of progress in their marriage. and love relationship. All right. So married couples can become closer, no doubt about it. Finance wise, I will strongly tell you, do not take any risk, because your eighth lord is already aspecting your 12th house of finances, 12th house, and there will be a lot of losses. Right. Education wise, you may have to work hard. Of course, some students who are already working very hard can expect some good grades, but there is a lot of distraction for students in their goals. They will get confused and things like that. Okay, health could be, it could have some minor setbacks. And of course, consulting the right doctor can save you from chronic illnesses. All right, moving on to the next zodiac sign of Cancer. Cancer zodiac sign, or Cancer ascendant, or Cancer moon sign. All right. So Karkataka Rashi, for you guys, the drama is all happening in your ninth house of Pisces. Saturn enters your ninth house, and he is your seventh lord. So that's a big relief actually, because all these days it was in Aquarius, it was from your especially moon sign Karkataka Rashi, it was Astama Shani. Many people have gone through some medical treatments and sudden events has happened, and now you will get relief from the Astama Shani effect. Very important to know that. So there will be some gains, some positivity through your partner, spouse or partner. Both can help you, because Saturn, I told you, in modern astrology, it is exalted in Pisces. Please understand this. As per modern astrology, Saturn also gets exalted in Taurus and also in Leo, other than what is being told as Libra, right? Libra is the conventional exaltation position for Saturn. But in addition to that, we have three more houses. So one of that is Pisces. So there will be a big relief for Cancerians or Kadaka Rasi personalities, right? So sitting in the ninth house, it sees your 11th house of gains, and it is your seventh lord. So that means some business partners are going to bring some profits for you in your own business. Please understand that logic. And then it is aspecting your third house of courage, right? Which is important. Your partner is going to support you, give you courage. And that is a very good collaboration between the two partners, right? It aspects your sixth house of debts, diseases. So some kind of medical bills for your spouse is expected. Seventh lord aspecting your sixth house. Right. So let's see what I have listed here. Your struggles may end. That's very important. A very important line here. The Astamashani is coming to an end here. You will recover some losses that you have been going through. You may become more spiritual now. All right. So Saturn remains really, in terms of career, hard work. Ninth house of luck. It is sitting there, and the ninth house represents luck. And when a slow-moving planet goes and sits there, it is going to delay your progress. Right. So a lot of commitment is required. It is going to create some hurdles, and definitely you should show hard work. And no, Saturn wants only pure hard work and effort, sincere efforts. That then only he will give you results. Love and relationship, as I told you, support is likely to come from the partner. No doubt about it. Partner is going to support you. Married life, definitely transparent communication. If you maintain, you will have good relation with your spouse. It's not going to be a problem. In terms of finance, be very, very careful. Don't take any much of loans, and be proactive always, and make sure you make decisions which should not put you in risk at all. All right, in terms of education for students, they may do well in the competitive exams, and you have to put again efforts. It's not going to be a cakewalk in the exams, but still, they will get results. The Saturn delays the result, has already delayed results for you, but it doesn't deny the success. That's very important point. All right, in terms of health, look out for changes in your health and seek treatment properly. So health will be always a risk for Karkataka Rasi personalities, and your eating habits has to be, in a proper way, and avoid, if you are a meat eater, please avoid eating meat. All right, let's move on to the next zodiac sign, which is really getting tested in this Saturn's period. Astama Shani will happen to Simha Rashi. or Leo ascendant signs, right? So for you guys, the transit is happening in the 8th house. Saturn will blow up the 8th house because he's going to test you guys. And he's your 6th lord. Of course, there is a saying, bad planet going to the bad house is Raja Yogam. But still, for you guys, it is 8th house transit. You have to drive your cars very carefully. Do not rush. Do not take risk. There is likelihood that some accidents can happen unless there are good dashas and antradashas in your main chart, but Astamashani will give sudden inflicts of some kind of bodily ailments. One of them can happen through accidents, right? I'm not scaring you guys. It is possible. I'm saying it's possible. So being cautious is always good. All right. So sitting in the 8th house, Saturn aspects your 10th house of job, a lot of career changes can strike immediately, and there will be a lot of competition in your jobs as well, because 6th lord is going to give a lot of competition. There is always a saying that the bhava bhavam effect will give you very good results, because for your 10th house, 6th house is bhagyam, 9th house. Sorry, 6th becomes the 9th from the 10th. That means from your 10th house, when you exactly count, 6th house will be the 9th house. So sometimes it says that your competitors are going to give you a great support, after giving you tough times. So both is possible. So the competitors can bring good results in your job, right? So they will take care of you. And stuff like that is possible. And Sagittarius house is being the 5th house. It is also being aspected by this 8th house place Saturn. So that means love life will get affected. You may fall into love with different type of religion, because Sagittarius is the house of religion, right? So suppose you are a white man born in America, you may fall in love with a black girl, and vice versa, and things like that. So some different ethnicity relationships is possible in this transit for Simha Rashi or Simha Lagnam. So I have already told you, it's not a supportive place for Saturn. Delays and hurdles in every aspect of your life can be seen. Sudden undesirable event may happen in the next 6 months, especially after the transit, depending on the degrees of your moon and ascendant. All right. So can it be avoided? Yes. I'm giving you, there is a something that is coming, and I'm warning you. And once you discipline yourself, follow the rules of the traffic, you may not get into any accidents, and you may have a near miss. A major accident can become minor. So be very careful. And it is to be expected, right? A lot of challenges in the career. So please always commit what you can achieve to your bosses. If you are in a corporate world, please don't overcommit, because you are likely to fail and bosses are going to blow up on you. All right, so be careful. Love life, relationship, as I told you, married life will be challenged. Of course, unless you may have the Guru Balam or the Jupiter entering. Other planets may favor you, but Saturn may not favor you that much. All right, finances, definitely avoid giving into this. Don't give money to others also as loan. It's very likely not to come back until one more round of Saturn, the next 2.5 years into Aries, right? So the money gets stuck if you give loans to others. Be careful. Education-wise, challenges for students if you are a Simha Rashi person. Health-wise, there could be some acute problems in health that can come, and if you see the doctor properly and take precautions, you may avoid that becoming a chronic ailment. If not, it's going to be a problem for long term. All right, let's go to the next zodiac sign of Kanya Rashi or Kanya Lagnam, right? Virgo. So Virgo ascendant, Virgo moon sign personals, pay attention here. For you, this drama is happening in right there in the 7th house of Pisces and partnership. right? So it is your fifth lord, love and romance lord, sitting in the house of partnership. So education wise, this can benefit you because Saturn is aspecting your Lagna as well as your ninth house of luck. So fifth lord aspecting your ninth house can give very good results. Students of Kanya Rashi, they can achieve excellence in their results. Saturn can give you that because he's your fifth lord of education, right? He has to give you the results. And otherwise, other things in the corporate world is going to be a problem, challenges, and things like that. Your health, directly, he is aspecting your health. So it's a big advice that you take care of your food, right? And if you are a meat eater, try to avoid eating too much of meat and avoid too much of alcohol and things like that, especially if you are a Virgo person, right? It aspects your domestic happiness. So this shows that it's again 50-50. I can say the results for Kanya Rashi persons can be 50-50 because fifth lord aspecting the fourth house. So fourth house is going to be affected. What does fourth house represent? It represents your domestic happiness, the family that is created by you, vehicles. So you may plan to buy a vehicle, but you end up in buying an expensive vehicle. You may plan to buy a property, but you may end up in buying a expensive property and stuffs like that. Okay, so let's see what I have listed here. This transit will demand responsibility. Overall results will be like Saturn sitting in the seventh house and directly teaching you a lot of lessons, right? So you have to be very careful in terms of career. There could be some obstacles and there will be too much of commitments in job, right? So that will make you stressful here in the next 2.5 years. Be vigilant in all ventures. Just clearly state what you can do and do not overcommit to your bosses. Of course, do not take any shortcuts. That's the thing. Just follow the procedures, do things at your best, right? In terms of love and relationship, of course, don't force the outcomes, right? So there will be some kind of new person coming to your life because Saturn is your fifth lord, but Saturn is not a planet which favors the love and relationships, right? So married life is going to be afflicted a little bit. There will be some challenges and medical bills that you need to pay for your wife if you are a man, or a husband if you are a wife. So the spouse is going to fall sick a bit, and then it is the right time to get the treatment and get rid of those problems. All right. So financially, it's a good news. Financially, your earning power will continue to be good, and as it's a fifth house represents Lakshmi Sthanam, right? So that particular lord is aspecting your lagna as well. So definitely, it is going to give you some better finances, and if at all you plan to buy any property because it's aspecting the fourth house, be very careful and watchful. You may end up in spending more money, but of course it will remain for long term. Anything Saturn gives will stay for long period of time, right? Next, the education wise, as I clearly told you guys, your hard work will translate into high achievements. No doubt about it. Fifth lord aspecting the lagna gives you the success in education. Suppose you are also planning to go for abroad education, you are likely to get visas, you are likely to be successful. Okay, only in terms of your own health, you have to be careful, avoid taking too much risks. Unnecessary food you have to avoid. Just you know your body very well. Avoid alcohol and sugar as much as possible. This is a general advice for everyone, but for you especially, knee joints and bones may need special attention because Saturn represents Vata. It is going to control the joints. Joint pains are likely to happen and you have to take care of it. All right. So overall, it is like 50-50 for Virgo ascendant or Virgo moon sign personalities. All right, let's move on to Libra or Thula Rashi. Right, for us, for Thula Rashi personalities, it's a big thumbs up in my opinion because this is Saturn's entry to the sixth house, right? So it is your fourth lord. Okay, it's a Yoga Karaka planet. For Thula Rashi or Thula Ascendant, Saturn becomes Yoga Karaka. It's a lucky planet. Basically, it goes to the sixth house. It's going to crush your enemies and competitors, right? It aspects your 8th house. So, 4th Lord aspecting the 8th house can give some relief to the health as well. And it aspects your 12th house of long distance journeys, which is very good. Long time, your visas were on hold. You are going to revive those visas and you are going to win that trip, right? You're going to get, if at all you are planning to get permanent residencies in certain countries, it's likely to be happening this year and next year, of course. And then sitting in the 6th house, it sees the house of braveness, right? Activity, karma. You will be very brave, and all your fears will be gone, right? Saturn gives you courage. No doubt about it. And a house of action. The 3rd house is the house of action. All these days you are a little bit lazy, you are not taking actions. And now all of a sudden you will start taking actions and you will excel in your work. I can see only green highlights for all of you. I mentioned very clearly Saturn can be favorable only in 3 houses, 3rd, 6th, and 11th. And for Thula Rashi personalities, this is happening to be 6th house transit. You will win over the enemies, no doubt about it. 6th house signifies service-oriented professions. Those who did not have a job, they will get jobs in service sectors. Career has to have a big boost, no doubt about it. Your competitors will go down in ranking and you can get promoted, no doubt about it. You will reach the highest, one of the highest heights in your career. Good luck for that. And then in terms of love relationship, avoid gossip and negativity. Otherwise, you will get into some problems. But otherwise, married life will have a good bonding. You will have a good domestic family life. Okay, just strike a balance between the two, because you are going to be overwhelming in terms of working. Sitting in the 6th house, the Saturn is going to make you workaholic as well. Okay, it's going to make you to take actions. You will be provoked to take actions. And in that time, you should not neglect your partner. I'm talking about the spouse. All right. So finances, big thumbs up. All your investments are going to get the results. The loans will be cleared. Long-term loans that you may have will get cleared. If at all you are waiting for some court cases to be cleared, 6th house represents court cases also. You will see success in that. Okay, take a screenshot of this, keep going. If you are working on education, if you are a student, yes, you are going to get very good results, right? I have put here as a NEET exam. NEET exams is for medical entrance exam in India, of course. This is just an example. Any competitive exams, you are going to see success, because 3rd house is the house of courage, success, communication. All that will be aspected in a very big way by Saturn. All right. Health-wise, yes, you will be 6th house represents health as well in a negative way. Once Saturn goes there, minus of minus becomes plus. So all your health ailments can be cleared. Suppose you are in a hospital and you are going through some treatment, the success of the treatment is going to happen. All right. So if at all you're a doctor treating some patients, the other way is also possible. You will see success in your surgeries, success in your treatments, and your patients will come out good. Right. So many things you can aspect to this 6th house. All right. So the next zodiac sign is Scorpio or Vrishchika Rashi, Vrishchika Lagna or Vrishchika Rashi. Right. So for Scorpio ascendant personalities, the drama is happening in the 5th house. 3rd Lord of the house of courage, right? Capricorn is the house of courage for you guys. He's going to the 5th house of speculation. And then he is aspecting your partnership house. He is aspecting your 11th house of long-term gains. And then you can see that it is aspecting your 2nd house of finance. So plus and minus. 3rd Lord is not considered very good, but still positive and negative, both is seen. So if you see more of delays in the previous condition of Kantaka Shani, that delays of Kantaka Shani will be avoided. So right, 5th house is better than 4th house for Saturn to be there. Trust me. So you will get some benefits from this. 5th house is not a very auspicious condition for a negative planet like Saturn to be there, but still you will see the aspect of Saturn benefiting you. Okay, so career, yes and no, but you will get promotions. If you have worked very hard in the past 1 year, you will get recognition. You are going to see some improvement in your status in your workplace. All right. Love and relationship will get a little bit slow down. Elder siblings may cause some issues because 11th house is representing elder siblings. They may interfere with your love life. So that is possible. And then marriage, married couples again are going to have some misunderstanding. Saturn's malefic aspect is there on the 7th house again. All right, because third house Saturn's effect is always there, and that can have some kind of fluctuations in your relationship with your spouse or even business partner. Honest communication is always important. Finances, of course, financial progress can be there. Speculative business can bring you some finances, but of course, do not take too much risk. But still, in my opinion, the financial condition in the next 2.5 years is going to be better for Vrishchika Rashi. All right, education wise, possible. It's going to give you success, no doubt about it. The success within the home country is possible. Then health wise, you must take care. Take care of your health during the transit. It's not a very auspicious thing to have Saturn in the 5th house for health. All right. The next zodiac sign is Sagittarius or Dhanus Rashi. So for Dhanus Rashi personalities, this is Kantakasani, especially moon sign of Sagittarius is going to have this 4th house transit as Kantakasani. So what is Kantakasani? What can happen? 4th house of domestic happiness will take a tailspin. So it is Ardha Ashtama Shani. Means 8th house Saturn, whatever I told you just few minutes before, for Simha Rashi, half of that will come to you. A lot of expenses when you buy properties. You may buy a vehicle which you may find it's not suitable to you, and things like that. You may buy certain things which is not going to give you much results at this point of time. And Saturn aspects your ascendant or moon sign itself. Right, so second lord aspecting the first house, it shows that you have to pay a lot of attention to the family, especially father's created family. Second house represents father's created family. Fourth house represents family that you have created between you and your spouse, right? So both are being connected. There will be some family politics expected. All right, so this transit is going to be I think medium results. Okay, workload in terms of career definitely is going to increase. You have to be careful. There will be some you may be expecting promotions, but it is going to get delayed. Right? This transit could impact your performance itself in the work. So in those people who are in the corporate sector, be careful. Even the business as well. If all you are doing business, you need to be very watchful. Okay. Okay, in terms of love and married life, yes, you have to pay a lot of attention because your second lord is aspecting your lagna, sitting in the 4th house. So if you get if at all you are looking for a marriage, it is likely to be good because next transit of Jupiter is going to be there from Taurus to Gemini. That will give you Guru Balam. That can get you married as well. And so these two aspects of your life is going to be good for this transit. Whereas finance, a lot of money will be spent on property purchases, both movable and immovable property. I'm talking about those unwanted cars you may buy. Okay, unwanted houses you may buy, and exuberant buildings you want to buy, and then spend too much money and get into loans. That is what you should not do too much. Education-wise, students can do academically well, no issues. Researchers, people who are in research field, they can do well. Okay, health-wise, you have to pay attention because Kantakashani can give you problems in the 4th house. 4th house represents heart and thorax, and also you can have problems in in 8th house, right? Reproductive area. Just be very careful, avoid meat eating and avoid alcohol to the maximum possible extent in the next 2.5 years. Be more disciplined. All right, let's go to the Capricorn. This is a big thumbs up for Capricorn or Makara Rashi. So people who are born with Capricorn ascendant or Capricorn moon sign are going to be very much relieved, especially moon sign Capricorn, who are going through Sade Sati or 7.5 years period of Saturn. And you guys are going to be fully blessed by Saturn's entry to your third house. The Lagnadipati enters the third house of courage, right? So Saturn is going to back you up with a lot of courage. You have been going through a lot of ups and downs in the in the time, long period of 7.5 years period of Saturn. But all those tests that Saturn had done for you will become very fruitful. So people with Makara Rashi are going to be very, very, very happy in the next 2.5 years. Most of the troubles will be finished. So your children are going to get married, support, if at all you are looking for some better education. If you are a student yourself, you'll see success. And then your father's health is going to get better. And if at all you are trying for overseas journeys and travels and also getting visas for permanent residency status, it is the best time. All right. So I already told you that whatever efforts you are putting in the last 2.5 years, the results will come, the fruit will be in your hand now, especially the second quarter, third quarter of 2025. Lot of relief will be there and you guys will be extremely happy. Right? Career-wise, your professional life is going to take it off and then you are going to get into new exciting opportunities. New people are going to hire you and they will recognize your talent. Of course, you will also face challenges boldly because Saturn has gone to the house of courage and communication will be excellent. If at all you are a salesman, you are going to be striking a lot of deals. Right? Love, relationship, family, yes, of course, all good. I don't want to comment much. Some children may become stubborn, but still, there is going to be happiness, my friend. Saturn has tested you for 7.5 years, and now is the time for him to give you all the results. Right? Married life, success, finance, success, education, success. It's only good things, positive things happening for Makara Rashi person. Look into your Dasha, Antaradasha, and also Ashtaka Varga points. If the Ashtaka Varga points are not good or your Dasha Antaradasha is not good, if you don't get results, don't put in comment section saying that, oh, sir, you have told me, but nothing is happening. Okay? It's all combined effect. Okay? But Saturn, from Saturn, you will see the maximum benefits. Excellent time. Health-wise, you will improve it. Whatever results, whatever treatments you are going through in the past, you can now see the success in it. Overall, your health is going to be in the best condition in the next 2.5 years, without a shadow of doubt. The next zodiac sign is Aquarius or Kumbha Rashi. Right? Kumbha Lagna or Kumbha Rashi persons are going through Sade Sati or 7.5 years period of Saturn, and this is going to be the last phase. The last 2.5 years have been very tough. A lot of expenses have gone through, and now we have come to the second house for you guys. All the drama is happening in the second house. Your 12th lord of Vyayasthanam is going to the house of gain. Some gains possible, but still the Sade Sati is going on. It is going to test you. All right. Sitting in the second house, it aspects your 8th house of health. 11th house of incoming gains also will be little bit slowed down because Vyayadipati looking into the house of incoming gains, the house of losses, the lord of house of losses, seeing the house of gains. So it will not be very favorable. Some depressions is possible for people born in Aquarius moon sign. Okay, so they feel detached. But this transit, of course, can give some relief. Some friends and other circles can give you some relief. But in terms of domestic family, right? Family is second house, especially father's created family will be going through a lot of transformation. Career-wise, as I told you, Your bosses are going to load you with more work. All right. And if you are in research organization, again, you'll be focused, because eighth house, it is aspecting eighth house of research. You will do, but all the results will come in the next transit of Saturn, when Saturn goes to your third house into Aries. So you have to wait for your success, my friends. In between, there will be some relief from Jupiter, probably when Jupiter goes to your fifth house next year. So until then, you have to be very careful, and there is going to be a Rahu Pearchi that is happening on the 18th of May. I'm going to make another video that will pose you certain other challenges. So in a nutshell, I can say Aquarius is still going through a lot of tough transformation. You need to seek the blessing of the Guru, right? The love and relationship, again, don't use harsh words, right? Get the person to know very well. Only then you get into the relationships. If not, that love relationship is going to give you a lot of depression. Married life, of course, your spouse will be very sensitive. Be patient with him or her, right? Finance wise, please be careful. Do not spend if it is a luxury requirement. Spend on the basics, right? Basic necessities has to be met, but not luxurious things. Okay, business deal could be promising, of course, but still, if you are a businessman, but still be very, very careful, my friends. Education-wise, students can achieve good results if you are a Kumbha Rashi personality, and then health may improve to some extent, but you are going to have some kind of accidents if you are driving in a rash way. Right, rash drivings can cause some big problems. If you're an alcoholic person, Kumbha Rashi, please avoid it. Avoid meat eating completely if possible. Become more humble, and that's what Saturn wants you to be during this 7.5 years period of Saturn. All right, moving on to the last zodiac sign, that is Pisces. A lot of things are going to happen to you in your Lagna or the ascendant sign. That means your 11th Lord is coming and sitting in the first house, and it is also causing the Janma Shani for Pisces moon sign personalities. A lot of health problems can happen. A lot of problems between legal separation between the husband and wife is likely to happen. And of course, it aspects your third house in a negative way, because Adesati, and your courage will be a little bit low, and you will feel very lonesome. I'm not discouraging. You must wait for the Jupiter transit to support you, and Rahu transit also will go to the 12th house. Many people who are going through legal separations, Meena Lagna personalities, Meena Rashi personalities, you will have to face a lot of consequences. You are being tested, my friend. Saturn is coming right there in your ascendant, in your body. All right. So it is aspecting your 10th house of work. You will be made to work very hard. The results are not going to be that easy, but you will keep on putting your efforts. You are people who will never give up, right? And the eclipse is also happening. So in the beginning of the video, I told you wherever the eclipse takes place, and whenever there is a transit that happens on the eclipse day, the results will be in multiple folds of that. So Saturn will be very critical for you guys in the next 6 months. Be careful, right? So I've listed out of all, if at all, a Pisces ascendant or Pisces moon sign person is seeing this video, take a screenshot of it. If you were in a hospital for a long period of time, you may get up into big problems. So you have to be careful about your health extremely. I'm not telling negative things, okay? You must work on it. Saturn is here to cleanse your system completely. So he's going to detoxify your body by giving certain purgatives, Only then good things will start building in your system, right? So if at all you are planning to change jobs, please do not change job now. Work with the same boss. Do not run away with the problems. Whenever the problems are there, you face it, because these problems are going to make you to grow further in future. All right. So there will be a lot of scrutiny around your work. Don't get disappointed with it. Trust your journey, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. All right. So, love relationship, don't get into any traps. Marriage possible only after Jupiter goes to your fifth house of Cancer zodiac and Karkataka Rashi. So that's possible after 2 years. So you have to be very, very cautious, my friend, in terms of marriage decisions. And if at all you're already married, just be calm. Calm. Do not be a good listener. That's the right thing to happen. Listen to what your spouse says. If not, it's going to blow up, and you will be into a lot of problems. Okay, you don't have to win every argument, my friend. Okay, finance, yes, there will be constraints. You are going to lose money if at all you are going to do speculations, avoid taking loans. This I keep repeating for many zodiac signs tonight, right? So do not take loans. If at all you can avoid purchasing certain things, new ventures, you can postpone it, right? Education wise, with a lot of perseverance, you can come out of the problems, right? But yeah, of course, abroad opportunities can be opened up, but already your health will be in problem. So you have to be very, very cautious. Do not consume alcohol and processed food, meat, and all that. Okay, so pray for all the the Saturn remedy is very simple. Be humble. Pray to Lord Saturn. I had made videos about El Raisani and things like that, especially for those who are having the 7.5 years period Saturn starting, then Ashtama Shani, and also the Daya of Saturn. There is the Kantaka Shani, right? So otherwise, going to Saturn temple, lighting the Thula seeds oil lamp is a very, very good remedy. Give some donations to old age homes. Saturn represents old people, so bring them food, make them eat very nice food, take their blessings, buy a pair of slippers to old uncles and aunties and take their blessings. All right, so that's the end of this video. If you have any questions, please put in the comment section. I will be glad to answer them whenever I have free time. All right, thank you very much. Bye bye.